What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if?
Don't want other people to know that, and that's
right.
the hard. When did that start to bubble to the surface for you and you start to see vulnerability as a strength?
Well, where it started making me, I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was the thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I walked around and I put these people on a fucking pedestal. So I can't tell anything about me because you're going to judge me and I'm going to do what I am. What I realized, once I calmed my step back and looked at how jacked up this is, once you realize that you're not alone, everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, only thing that you is they've hidden a fucked up world than you have. For instance, there's all these things that are on TV, and we have all these news people judging people who fuck up in life. Yeah, they made big mistakes, but who is judging you on TV?
When you're journeying through your adventure of success, you're going to come through tons and tons of obstacles. And those obstacles are going to be a real challenge to you. And it's all about how you get over them. It's not about how many obstacles there are or how often they appear, but it's about how you get over them is the big thing. Because when you wake up every single day and you feel unmotivated and you feel like whatever it is you're doing, you don't want to do it, that's a mental obstacle that you have to figure out a way and find a new way to get over that obstacle so that you can be productive that day and you can improve upon yourself and go after your goals with that relentless passion that you truly do have, but you don't always have it every single day. And you are going to fail. As long as you're trying your hardest, failure will come. And that's going to be devastating. It's going to hurt and it's going to suck. It's going to feel like you got punched in the face, you got knocked down and kicked around. It's not going to be a good feeling, but it doesn't matter how many times you fail as long as you fail boldly. You want to make sure that whatever you're failing at, you're failing because you went 100% all in on that idea. You fully committed because you see, it's not about how you fail, but it's about how many times you get up from your failure. That's the big key because nobody's going to remember how many times you failed, but they will always remember that one time that you succeeded and you became the person that you dreamt of.
A lot of times I'll be in a 200-mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I start to say, what if I can pull this off? When I first walked into the Navy SEAL recruiter's office, he looked at me and said, there's only been 35 African Americans in 70 years make it through. You know what I said to myself? What if I can be the 36th? It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call nigger and this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event. What if? That's it.
It's about being driven almost to the point where you're obsessed. When you get to that point of being driven and possibly obsessed, you no longer care if it's 30 degrees outside. That wind chill hits your face, you feel it, you might go back inside, but to get more clothes on to go outside. So you have to find that passion, that purpose of, we are always, a lot of us are waiting for this magical thing to happen and fix our lives. Like, for instance, a lot of things damaged my life. It wasn't just all me. You know, it's your dad, it's your mom, it's your childhood, it's being bullied. It's so many things that we all have a story. But what happens is we're always sitting in, I call it poopy pants. We're all sitting back, woe is me, kicking rocks down the street. We're waiting for some magical miracle to happen to get fixed. And that's not gonna happen. You have to do that. You have to face all these things because they're not all yours to own. No matter what happens, well, how you do it first is, I call it the accountability mirror. When I was 16, 17 years old, I went to this mirror, looked at myself in the mirror, and I saw a person that I wasn't proud of. You have to call yourself out. I want to be proud of myself, but you have to call yourself out in a way that's not kind. We live in a very kind, gentle world. We have to find the right words for situations. You have to call yourself out for what it is and change the problem. You have to be real with yourself, real and raw with yourself to fix the problem. You have to first be uncomfortable with how you feel about yourself. With that voice that a lot of us like to run away from, we all have it. We all have that voice that say, hey man, you're kind of wimping out right now. You're kind of being a little punk right now. But a lot of us say, okay, that's okay. It's okay to tell these little white lies to ourselves. So we first have to face the real you. The real me is David Goggins. The real me is a guy looking at you right now saying, I don't want to be on this show right now because I used to stutter as a kid. And I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid that here in a second, I'm gonna start fucking stammering and stuttering and the whole world's gonna know that I have all these issues. But that's when I see right now, okay, Goggins, you gotta go on this show. That's Goggins. Goggins is saying, okay, David Goggins, you're a punk. Life made you this way. We can't live like this. We can't live in fear. We can't live in judgment. We can't be afraid of people right now looking at me saying about me. We cannot be afraid of that. That's Goggins. Goggins saying, all of you who don't like me, who don't want to, and that person then comes in. But you have to be David Goggins and say, man, I'm afraid of this. Life made me this way here. I stutter. I have these issues with reading and writing, and I'm fat and I'm insecure. You have to face that in that dark room. In that dark room is who you are. But in that dark room is where you have to create another human being that walks out of that dark room to face who you are. That's the only way you're going to get over all those things. You have to create someone else. Not like you have two different personalities. It is you, but you have to find strength.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comments section below.